Why has that been in my head for the past week? I don't know why.
Tell me why, Jeimer.
Good one. Excellent joke.
Look at my babies.
Oh, you have babies. Are you taking good care of them?
Yeah, I'm a mother of 5.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Congratulations on your... Oh, that must have been a painful pregnancy.
Yeah, just a bit.
Stabbing pains.
Yeah, just a bit, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pins and needles.
In the legs.
In the
Mostly
legs?
Mostly in the feet.
Welcome back to the Great Mates podcast. If this is your first time listening to us, we are a bunch of young Australians who usually talk about our lives in Australia and pop culture and the internet. And today we have a very, we have a lot of tea to spread around and share. You know, we've basically become like a yum cha, where the teapot is forever full.
That's a pretty good podcast name, by the way. Just Yum Cha.
Just Yum Cha. Oh dear.
Welcome back to Yum Cha.
That's our rebranding of the pod. Welcome back to Yum Cha with Josh, Jeimer, and Olivia.
Oh dear.
Or is that what we're called? Just this trio right now? Yum Cha. Right,
Maybe add Brandon.
Fair. I can get along with that. Yeah.
It'll be
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah. And unfortunately, Brandon is not here with us.
He's here with us in spirit.
Yes, as always in
with
spirit. We hope to revive him in the next month or so, but we'll see. Anyway, I'm Josh, and with me, as we've mentioned earlier, we've got Olivia.
Hello.
And Jeimer.
I want it.
Oh my God, Dios mío. Oh,
What is
it's
happening?
been a time.
What is happening?
Do you think that's like one of the most iconic choruses of all time?
I mean,
That
I would
and-
say so. I would argue that it actually might be.
it would be up there, but I wouldn't call it one of like the most iconic.
I don't know, man. It's pretty close. It's pretty
it
close.
is quite popular.
It's quite popular. I would say, like, it's one of those things where if you just walk down the street and just shout, "Tell me why," and then you'll get about 4 or 5 people just telling you why.
That is a very like millennial response.
Oh, you get 5 or 6 people just staring at you really, really weirdly.
Yeah. Like all the 18-year-olds and below would definitely not understand where that reference would come
Are you
from.
sure?
I'm
I
pretty
think they
sure.
will. I think like 17, 18-year-olds still will. I'm not sure about 16.
They're so young.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
So young.
It's so weird that, like, you know, because in my head I'm still like 18 or something, or like 19. The number 2 hasn't really synced in yet, you know. Anyways, it doesn't matter.
That's what people like me who are approaching their 30s would like to imagine is like the number 2 is still
growing up.
Yes, we are edging ever closer.
I don't want to either, but here we
It's
are.
inevitable. It's inevitable. Anyway, we have a lot of things to talk about. And from what I gather, Olivia and I will be the ones that will probably be talking about. So,
I'm so ready. Like, bring it on.
Because I don't know.
Jeimer
I'll
is-
be the person asking the question. Okay, I'll be the representative for the listeners who have no idea what is happening.
Okay.
So I'll be them for today.
Okay.
Essentially, if there are any, like, holes we need to fill, Jeimer is the person that's going to be like...
Yeah.
That is not a phrase I would...
Oh,
sorry.
dude, see, I didn't even think of that until you brought it up.
Such a dirty
Now you did.
mind. Oh my god.
Now you... Jeez.
Josh.
What?
Aish.
You're calling us children!
I know.
Come on, Josh.
Yeah.
Get your act together, man. Come on.
What?
Come on.
I've never had my act together for like the past 5 years, so there's that.
Again, dude.
Olivia,
Yes.
Met Gala thoughts and such.
Oh my god, it was confusing as hell. So essentially, Met Gala this year. The theme was, what was it? It was camp.
It was camp.
Camp,
I do know that.
as in
That's
camp
the
as
one
in
thing that I know about it.
the camp as in the queer interpretation or the like super extravagant
I think it was like
interpretation of camp.
Notes on fashion. Yes, camp notes on fashion.
What does
So
that
essentially,
mean?
like, very not initially what I thought, which was like, oh, everyone's gonna rock up wearing cameo.
You mean
anyway,
camo?
Camo.
Cameo.
No, she's going off the
Camo?
callback we did the last episode.
Oh! Good callback.
But yes,
I'm sorry, I'm
camp
slow.
is basically very exaggerated,
Very extra,
very extra. Yeah,
can be very bright as well.
but a lot of people, for some reason, had a bit of a time trying to interpret this theme.
Such as
Well, she's not Hailey Baldwin anymore. She's Hailey Bieber. Who rocked up
yeah. I did see that.
in the pink dress with the whale tail out the back. It's very interesting. Very interesting. It was just a dress, and all the dudes who just wore black suits to the Met Gala.
Oh, okay. Let's address this right now. Taron Egerton, who played Elton John, and Rami Malek, who played freaking Freddie Mercury.
Freddie Mercury.
Two straight guys who play two queer characters come to Met Gala in where the theme is definitely leaning towards a queer side of things. Come dressed in the most basic ass shit.
Why would you?
You
Why
had
would
so
you
much.
do that? Tickets are so expensive, man. Why the fuck? Oh my god. Like, I can't. I get very fired up. I'm sorry. Get very fired up now.
But then you have people like Janelle Monáe,
Ooh, yes.
Lupita Nyong'o.
Can you say that name one more time, please?
Janelle Monáe.
One more time?
Janelle Monáe. How much more French do you want?
Okay, sorry. I just love how
Janelle
you committed. I just love how you committed to saying the name. Go on.
But yeah, you
sorry.
have them. You have who else is there?
Aquafina.
Aquafina. You have Constance Wu, who, might I add, looked amazing in this. She channeled essentially Great Gatsby,
Yes, very much.
like poses and everything.
You had Lizzo, who was fabulous.
Lizzo, God bless.
Zendaya.
Zendaya, who came in as freaking Cinderella.
Bro, I saw that, dude.
Yeah,
did you guys see the behind the scenes stuff of that?
Yeah. Oh my
That was
god, it was so
insane.
intricate.
She was wearing like 10 engines on her.
Yeah, because I think her dress like puffed up and the shoulders puffed up as well. Like,
Oh, shit.
aside from
Seriously?
it like lighting up.
Lighting up, yeah.
Yeah. So the guy who was dressed up as her fairy godmother has been
He was the
her
designer,
stylist
right? Yeah.
since she was like about 14, I think.
Oh wow.
You were gonna say
Yeah.
4. Since she was
She's
4.
had a stylist since she was 4 years old. What a stylish kid. But yeah, she came dressed as Cinderella.
Yeah, she looked sick.
I know.
It's really cool. Did you guys see what's his name? Ezra
Miller, yeah.
Ezra Miller.
Oh,
That's his
Ezra
name.
Miller.
Ezra Miller.
Oh,
That was
Lord.
insane.
Super creepy.
Yeah.
But let's
Looks like
be honest.
looks like an anime
that was-
character.
Yeah, I think he channeled something through anime. But yeah, the seven eyes and the mask.
It looked hella realistic as well.
It looked creepy as hell.
That was
So he had like
amazing.
eyes underneath his eyes above his eyes, and one on his forehead, and he carried a mask around.
Yes.
You know what
kind
it
of
looks like? His face looks like if he tried to take a panorama of his face,
Oh,
but
and then he moved.
Yeah,
kept
and then
on
he
moving.
moved.
That's what he looked like.
That's a good interpretation of it.
That is actually a very
Yeah.
good interpretation. Who else is there? Michael Urie.
Oh yes, who did the half?
Yes, like Victor Victoria.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah.
Who else is there? Jared Leto.
He was carrying
he
around
carried
his
his
own
own face,
Yes.
didn't he?
Yeah.
That was
I realized-
pretty. Yeah.
I want to really like touch it and see what it's made of.
I'm pretty sure it's just made of silicon.
It looks
And-
so weird though. Yeah. Like, what do you do with it once you're done? Like, do you display your own head in your house? Like, how does this work?
It's Jared Leto. I'm sure he'll find some purpose for it.
Was it like a practical bag? Did it have much room inside? I need to know these
Like a
things.
purse.
Is it
Yeah.
hollow?
Is it
Mobile
hollow
phone.
inside?
Can he put his head on his own head? That's the question. Can he fit inside it? Can he use it as an actual head? Is his head actually real? Because it doesn't look real.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah.
Oh my god! Speaking of practical bags, who's the girl? Natasha Lyonne, from Russian Doll, had a clear handbag. I don't know if you saw this, and it was just topped to the brim with cigarettes
Oh my god.
and like
of
2
course it
lighters
would
on
be.
top.
It's obviously going to be.
It was very on brand for her.
It is hideously on brand.
It was so on brand for her.
Who else is there? You've got Katy Perry coming as fucking Lumiere.
Yeah, she came into the
Chandelier. No, not
Chandelier.
the fucking
candle holder.
Candelabra.
candle thing, yeah.
From fucking Beauty and the Beast.
I mean,
Can she sit down with that? Does she have to
Don't
take the whole
try.
thing off to sit down?
I would. Maybe she just stood the entire time.
Yeah.
I mean, she changed into a hamburger later.
Oh yeah.
There was a video of her in the bathroom, and then like someone
And
was
then-
recording her, and
was
they're
it-
like, "Oh, Katie, we need to go," and then like JLo walks in.
Yeah.
She turned into a hamburger.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was so weird.
Were the candles actually lit?
No, they're
No.
light bulbs. I think.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Man, that would have been fire. That would have been so cool.
that also
That would have been real dangerous.
fire
massive
hazard.
health and safety hazard.
You
And
wouldn't
she would
want
have been a campfire.
you wouldn't
I'm
want
not
her to be
giving you any
literally
points
lit
for that.
though.
No,
Right.
I worked hard for that.
No one wants to be literally lit on Met Gala red carpet.
Oh my god. What's his name? Cara Delevingne? You know what she looked like?
What?
She looked like one of those Smiggle pencil cases.
oh my god, she did. So Cara
One of those
Delevingne.
rainbow Smiggle lined pencil cases that every like 12-year-old girl had.
Yeah.
when they were in
In like
primary school.
the late 2000s when it was all the rage.
Yes. Oh, it looks perfectly.
Yeah. So essentially,
like that.
Cara Delevingne came in like rainbow stripes, but she had her clothes on with rainbow stripes, but they went all the way down her legs, and then they were drawn on her face as well.
I don't know what her headpiece is though. Is it a fruit bowl? But there's like teeth on it.
I don't know.
What?
There's like teeth,
I didn't really
eyeballs.
understand her outfit. Not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I don't
me
understand
neither.
how it
But
fits.
Isn't that camp though?
We're bordering on the like quirky side of camp, and this is
Okay.
something.
It's something.
It's something. I can't tell you what it is, but it's something. And then
I
you
think
have
it's Cara. I think it's pretty reflective of her.
who else is there? You've got
Darren Criss.
Darren Criss. God bless.
His what is it, blazer? His blazer thing. All the beads were hand sewn onto that blazer.
Oh my god.
And if you've seen Darren Chris's like outfit,
Oh,
you
snap.
understand what I'm talking about.
Bro, he was wearing a chess set.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's insane to imagine that all of those beads were just hand sewn onto that. Oh my god.
That looks really cool, actually.
it is
Like
amazing.
that whole
fucking amazing.
blazer. It looks heavy as though.
It probably would be actually.
Yeah, with all those.
It would have been very uncomfortable.
Yeah, I was about to say you
beady.
wouldn't be able to move very far.
No,
Mate,
but you know,
none of these outfits look comfortable at all.
No, they don't.
okay. Quick mention: Billy Porter.
Who's that?
He's the guy that came in on a
he was the one
freaking
that got carried.
Ah,
yeah,
I
the
thought that was a
pharaoh.
girl.
No.
No. He got
He
like,
went to I cannot remember which award show in a full on dress, right?
Dude!
Yeah.
He was a... Whoa!
He has wings.
What's he meant to be?
He's
I don't
supposed to
know.
be like, I don't know, but he sets the bar real high.
He does. I mean, he got carried in like that. You can't really beat.
You
that.
can't get any higher than that.
Is he meant to be like pharaoh type
Yes,
situation
from
person?
what I understand, it's a pharaoh
Okay.
type thing.
Dang!
Yeah,
Oh,
his
that
was
looks
really,
really
really
cool.
good. He's always so good every year.
He will always top like best dressed.
Who is Billy Porter? Like, what does he do?
He is an actor, if I am not mistaken.
Actor and producer. Yeah. Actor
Yeah.
and producer Billy Porter.
Yeah, and he also does a lot of theater. So, someone that did not get enough attention, in my opinion, and a friend of mine echoes this sentiment, is Henry Golding.
Henry Golding. What was his?
His was essentially the bi-visibility sequin suit.
Because I don't think I saw
What?
his in
What do
any
those
of
words
the
mean?
any of the-
visibility. What?
any of the compilation things. I don't think I saw
Let
his
me
suit.
add that here.
Ooh.
Oh, wait. Does it
Ooh.
change color from like?
No,
what
it's like a gradient.
Ooh. I don't mind that.
Yeah, but it looks pretty sweet, actually.
It is.
Is he wearing a cape as well?
No.
Oh no, that
the
was just in the
author
front. Oh,
capes.
there was just someone
That's
behind
someone
him.
behind him.
There was just someone behind him with a dress.
But God, I
thought he
love
was
that
wearing a
suit.
cape.
That suit looks amazing.
Damn, he would look pretty cool with a cape, though. That
Anyone
would
looks
add to
cool with a
camp.
cape.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. That's
What
very
were
true.
some of the people who you think didn't quite make the mark this year?
Oh, Kanye. Have you guys seen Kanye?
He just doesn't try. He just looks like a disgruntled dad who just turned up to everything.
Yeah.
And I would
it
have to
looked
put
like he
Kim.
just-
I would have to put Kim Kardashian on that list. I'm like, that's not camp. You're just literally wearing a nude suit. So
Like, I can appreciate the craftsmanship that went into it because, like, she had the, like, jewels dripping down, but, like, I don't think this was the right occasion for it.
Did
Wrong
she have
theme.
a corsage of some sort at all?
I don't know.
know.
I hope she did, because if not, dang, that's like proper distorted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And on the
It looks pretty
topic,
cool, though.
yeah, on the topic of Kardashian, Kylie and Kendall.
who came as Daphne
haven't
and
seen
Velma.
Yeah, he came as the evil stepsisters.
Even better. Original
Kylie-
Fanta and Grape Fanta.
Yeah, Kylie channeling a bit of Lil Kim from back in the day.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
But there have been plenty of meme made of their
Dang.
costumes because they're so, like, block coloured that it's kind of hard not to.
Hey, they look pretty fire, though. I won't lie. They look pretty cool.
I
Like
think it's a
fire
bit
nice.
like, I'm not too sure about it.
Do you reckon they're
Yeah.
camp enough?
No.
No, I
don't-
reckon
yeah,
it's.
I don't think they're camp enough.
No.
But I think they still look cool.
It's like they dressed for Carnival but then decided to take a left turn for Met Gala.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's fair. I'd like to mention my boy Frank Ocean made an appearance at the Met Gala. He looks like a freaking security guard.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
because
was
he wore a hoodie.
He wore a hoodie. It was a sick hoodie though, but he looked like a
Not Met
security
Gala.
guard. I think he was taking photos for Vogue, which is pretty cool.
Was he?
Yeah. He was carrying around like a camera, all throughout the red carpet, taking photos of people. And
Okay.
I think it was for Vogue.
okay.
Yeah. My boy's a security guard.
It was so
Yeah.
weird seeing that. I'm like,
I know, I think there was a video of him and he just walked past and I didn't recognize who it was at first. And I was like, who am I watching a video of? Why is this guy being filmed?
Yeah.
Turns out it's Frank Ocean. Never mind.
Yeah. Have you guys seen the interviews with a couple of people? Like, with Vogue, I think? Liza Koshy did them.
Oh, I didn't see her interviews. I saw her... Oh my god, I can't believe we haven't mentioned this. I saw her, her voiceover of when Lady Gaga did her, like, 4-dress reveal.
Oh my.
Her commentary on that was fucking brilliant.
Yeah, she's so good. She's a really good interviewer. Like, if you haven't seen it, definitely go see it.
She honestly is. She's
she
got
does
so much
such a good
energy.
job. She makes all the celebrities feel so comfortable just instantly, even though they're like, you know,
Yeah.
just on the red carpet and everything. But she manages to like get a few laughs and a few smiles out of them, and like it's really nice. It's really cool. She made Kanye smile. I mean, if that's not saying anything, that I don't know what will.
I don't think anyone can make Kanye smile.
She did.
He's so sad on the inside. I hope Kanye's okay.
I think he is. I think he's doing fine.
But yeah, Lady Gaga's 4-dress reveal. Oh my god.
Dear me.
It was a lot. So she essentially had this big umbrella of a pink dress, which I now understand because she was hiding like 4 other outfits underneath. She was hiding
she did the shirt challenge. I don't know what you call it. It's like when you put on as
Was
many
it the
shirts as you
100 shirt
can.
challenge or something?
yeah, like the
100
100 shirt challenge in reverse.
She gave up at 4.
But yeah, she had a pink one, and then she had a black outfit, and then she went to pink again, and then just stripped off to like a bralette and some tights.
Is
But
that
she
when
was
she
still,
started
like-
writhing on the floor?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's like, okay, so she's essentially represented like the 4 stages of like a mental breakdown.
Oh, pretty much, honestly.
Like I
Like,
see
her
so many
outfits were still
memes
quite
of
good.
like, yeah, but I see so many memes of like uni students comparing their lives to the changes in Gaga's outfit, slowly descending into madness.
Gaga's outfit changes are a mood. Always.
They are such a mood. But yeah.
Anyways,
Anyways,
you know who else was at the Met Gala?
who? Tell me more.
Oh, fucking James Charles.
Oh yeah, I saw that he was quite literally dragged through the mud.
Oh no.
You'll have to give me the every
Okay.
single bit of context
okay,
about this
I have a
because it's all
disclaimer.
over the internet, but I know absolutely nothing.
I have read into this way too much. I watched a 43-minute video.
Please
Oh,
explain.
you watched Tati's video.
Yes.
I have not watched Tati's video, but I have some idea of James Charles in general, and
Who is Tati?
he was in Australia, right?
Yeah, he was in Australia when this was all going down. Because, like, we got a Snapchat from Anastasia the other day being like, oh, some famous guy is outside of, outside of the
Sunrise, yeah.
Sunrise Studios, and it turns out it was James Charles.
Yeah, and then I brought out my thoughts on James Charles, and from what I understand from my sibling is that he's just very plastic, and by that I mean just very shallow and superficial, and also charges way too much for interacting with vulnerable young children.
Great.
Oh, pretty much. I mean,
Yeah, you know.
like I said, his whole going viral thing. So he originally went viral initially because he made up this whole story being like, oh, I took my school photos with like a ring light or something. It made me look good. Turns out he like hired the photographer and like did them. And so his whole like reputation is built on a lie essentially.
Well,
That's great.
But yeah, so tune out now if you don't like YouTube tea or you don't like really care much for it. Yeah. But so essentially to break the video that Tati did down, she had supported him throughout his entire career, like helping him like manage his like the business side of things as well. So like mentoring him, and like he even did her makeup on her wedding day. Like she paid for flights, flew him out and everything so he could experience it with her. But essentially she has this brand of like hair vitamins, and James Charles essentially refused to promote these because he was like, oh, like, I have a young audience and stuff, like I don't think it would be right for me to promote these. And then I think the week of Coachella or something, he goes and promotes her competitor, and he tells her essentially that he promoted them because he felt like he owed them because they provided him with extra security at Coachella because he felt unsafe. Which is pretty bullshit. Which is pretty bullshit, because she was just like, I don't think they would have just a contract ready to go at Coachella. They don't just carry those things around.
No, they don't. A lot of stuff would have had happened behind the scenes.
Exactly. So she basically called him out on his bullshit, being like, you can, like, I've promoted you, I've supported you, you've been in my videos, I've never asked for anything in return. And he's just being like a general toxic person,
that
like
sucks.
hitting on, like, he identifies as a gay man, and he's been hitting on straight men, knowing fully well that they're straight, being like, oh no, everyone's like a little gay.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, so just really shitty things like
great.
that. Like talking very openly about sex and stuff in not appropriate situations. Like
How many subscribers did he have?
He had, I think, around 16 million, give or take a bit, and now I think he's down to 13 million. So he's the person.
Okay. Jeez.
Yeah, so he's.
quick.
I think he holds the record now for the person to lose the most amount of subscribers in the fastest time.
Oh my
And Tati
God.
holds the most amount of subscribers gained in the fastest time.
That's insane.
Yeah, so there are currently a couple of subscriber subscriber loss
That's pretty
live
funny.
feeds on YouTube going on at the moment, tracking
Jeez.
how many he's losing.
That's really brutal, man. Like it always sucks when, like the, I don't know what you call them, because I really hate the word influencer, but like when influencers have like massive like viewer bases, massive subscriber bases, like how Logan Paul had and like how Jake Paul had and like all of those people. But then to be pretty irresponsible with what you say and what you do, you know? And have obviously very easily, what would you say? Easily impressionable.
Oh no,
kids,
definitely.
Like
especially on
following
Instagram.
you. Yeah.
'Cause you have
Like,
definitely have a
imagine the
younger
amount
audience
of
on there.
perspectives that he would have molded and stuff. Like, it sucks that that sort of thing had to come about, you know?
Yeah, and that's the thing, like, I don't mean to generalize, but, like, the reactions of some of his fan base, in previous confrontations and stuff, have been less than ideal, especially coming from people who are so young. And some of the language that I've seen used, I'm just like, oh my god, this is so scary. Like, I feel like anyone who has that much power would be way in over their heads. Like, surely. Especially being that young, because he's only, like, 19.
Jesus
Are you
Christ.
serious?
Yeah, he started out when
God,
he was
man.
around 17, and he's, like, a millionaire, so he became a millionaire basically overnight in 2 years.
Alright.
Gained, like, 16 million followers. Like, that's insane.
There's something really scary with giving a kid that much money. Like,
Yeah, and I think that's what Tati mentioned in her video as well, is that, like, I don't think she said that he really didn't have anyone to keep him grounded, especially moving from a smaller town to, like, LA,
yeah.
having all the big lights and stuff and having all this stuff given to him. I mean, it's like he became, like, cover girl model and, like, doing his own brand deals and stuff and, like, making his own palette.
Whoa.
Like, that's a lot to give to a person.
And at an age where they also are very impressionable and get pressured into,
definitely.
you know, without some sort of grounding, they can just go in all sorts of directions, and it's
Stuff like this happens.
yeah, and then shit like this happens, and you're like, well, this could have all been avoided had he, I guess,
Just been a decent person.
not just that, I think had he actively sought to find someone that was sane, and by sane I mean really grounded outside of the very toxic sphere that is Hollywood influencers, and we'll get into that real soon as well, because there's another part of this that happened the day before this whole shebang of James Charles, and the downfall of James Charles as well. But it's like,
before that though, can I ask what made him like popular in the first place? Because like I have no idea.
I think it's
like, what he does
because
and stuff.
it was the way that he did his videos, and he was a young, very proudly gay boy that made him
think
that.
So.
Okay.
I mean, like, I think, yeah, the fact that he was so young, and I think partly his, like, viral story as well, everyone was like, oh my god, he's so innovative, and, like, to be fair, like, to give him credit, his makeup is quite good. So, like, I understand why fans would be swayed by him. But yeah.
But still, again, that does not excuse dickish behavior, and it shouldn't.
Do your research, kids, into your favorite
Yeah.
favorite
And,
people.
and I guess
hope-
also there would be something I would say is like, don't expect them to be the perfect people that you imagine them to be.
Yeah.
They're human after
totally.
all.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't put people up on this pedestal just because they have all this, like, fame and money and stuff. They could be just as shitty underneath.
Or if not
Which
worse.
they usually
Yeah.
are, and like a lot of people are just really good at covering it up. Like, I honestly hope that this whole thing like wakes up. Well, not wakes up, but like it brings
Opens a lot of
perspective.
people's eyes, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's another way of saying wakes up. But basically, I hope like a lot of people, especially the younger audience in YouTube, I hope they realize like, hey, should probably not be as invested into someone on the internet that I haven't seen before and all that, blah blah blah. That,
Yeah, I hope, I would also hold that hope, but I am the cynic that says, look at why PewDiePie is still around, and all the issues surrounding him and what he's said, and the fact that he's still around still means something isn't working.
Yeah, true.
Like no matter what you do, there will still be the people that will see no wrong, and they will try to justify it, and it's frustrating that way. As God.
Yeah, I think that's like that's why I was so surprised when he started losing subscribers and stuff so quickly, because I was like, oh, I thought his fan base, like, I'm glad that they did like unsubscribe and like call him out for his shitty behavior and stuff, but like I'm so used to the mob mentality of, oh no, like, he's right, and like I've seen it happen before, like with you, like you said, with PewDiePie and stuff,
Yeah.
where people will support these creators to like no end, like despite everything that has been like put against them, and like all this evidence showing that they've been like a shitty person.
Yeah.
That's why I was so surprised that all of this was blowing up so fast, because oh my god.
But I guess that also raises the question, like, and I'm just putting this out as a question, is like, are they only doing this because James Charles is gay? Because then
doing what?
This sort of the reaction from the fan base of, no, a significant proportion, 3 million people is nothing to sneeze at, that have unsubscribed from him, and condemning this behavior. Is that only because he's gay? Because again, I bring up the same example of PewDiePie and what he's done. And
No, what did PewDiePie do?
The whole, there was lots of references to, if I remember, Didn't he say the N-word on a live stream and then try to justify
Yeah,
it?
basically, like, a lot of racial
And-
stuff got out of hand.
And then right-leaning tendencies and
Yeah, pretty much. And then, like, essentially that led as a catalyst for his fans to be like, oh, it's okay.
yeah.
I'm not too sure about that whole thing. Like, I know about the live stream thing, and I know about his apology and all that. And I know that the media, especially the mainstream media, has, like, skewed PewDiePie heaps in terms of, you know, making him seem like a Nazi supporter and stuff like that. But he's made quite a lot of videos, not really justifying his actions, but, like, sort of just laying things out objectively, if that makes sense. And I don't know, I don't think that, like, objectively, the stuff that he's explained that he's done is quite as heavy as what James has done. If that makes sense.
I think the whole thing with James is just because Tati took him down in such a way that it wasn't like, it didn't seem malicious, and it was just done very calmly, and just like there's reasoning from what I see behind her actions.
Yeah.
And I think just a lot of the backlash against PewDiePie is just very angry,
Yeah.
which is rightly so. But yeah, I think they're just two very different.
Also, I don't think, like, to answer Josh's question, I don't think the reaction to James's thing has anything to do with his sexual orientation. I think it's just people thought what he did was shitty and they
Yeah.
pressed unsubscribe. Like, I don't
Also,
think...
I think the apology video that he made afterwards pretty much
Sealed that fate.
sealed that fate. He showed, it didn't do him any favors, I think, releasing that. Because, yeah, I think he just came across as very disingenuous and just didn't really seem to care.
Yeah.
But he should be caring now because he's losing a fuck ton of followers.
Well, you know,
How long has it been since the whole thing started?
literally probably
I think
less
it's
than a
been
week.
I think it's been like a couple of days.
When was Met Gala? Was Met Gala
I think it was
this
a
time last
little
week?
bit after that. Hold on, when did she release the video? 'Cause
Thursday, I think.
I think it was a bit later than that. No, she released it 2 days ago.
Oh,
So all of this
So
has
that was
gone
in
down.
2 days. 3 million subs in...
Yeah, so all of this has gone down in the space of like 48 hours, essentially.
yeah.
Which is crazy.
Damn.
But I guess there's something else we need to touch on, and it came before the James Charles thing. It was this
It's more YouTube drama, if anyone.
more YouTube drama.
But it kind of extends past that, kind of.
Yeah. It's this whole, and I need more context because I really have very few ideas about this particular side of YouTube as well is Pro Jared.
Yes, so
And
I
his
also
little-
have info on this.
Okay, so what is this thing?
So Pro Jared is essentially a video game YouTuber known for his videos. I don't know. I never personally watched him. I
And
saw a
gaming.
couple. And gaming. I don't know. He was essentially exposed online, first and foremost for cheating on his wife with another popular YouTuber and Twitch streamer.
Ooh, classic infidelity.
So he released a statement without consulting his now ex-wife, I'm assuming, and he blocked her so she couldn't see the announcement, but then she wanted things to be out in the open before anyone else could get to her. So she was like, hey, my husband has been cheating on me with so-and-so. This happened. This is my side of the story before anything else gets out of hand. But another part of the story was that he was essentially soliciting nudes and other lewd images and sending them back and forth between him and his fans. So through a private Tumblr and a private Snapchat, I think.
Right.
Oh,
so he's a
great.
really good person.
Yes, so essentially he's a piece of
What a
trash.
saint.
Yeah. But yeah, like similar stuff has happened before within the YouTube community in regards to power dynamics and people abusing that like to extremes. Like, it's insane that this has come up again and again and again, but yeah, so it's essentially super messed up. But yeah, that's essentially what went down. And like the only reason
losing subs as well.
Oh yeah, no, I think he's gone down. Like, I don't know how much he's gone down by because I haven't been keeping track of that as much lately. But yeah, he's lost like a ton of followers. His subreddit, his positions of admin and moderator were taken away from his subreddit, so everyone's just memeing on there now.
Oh, and then he delegated mods to which one is that? JonTron?
Yeah, I don't know exactly what went down with the other stuff. I know a couple of people did defend him without knowing the full story, and I think they have since apologized. But the only reason that I kind of caught wind of this at the beginning was that he was cheating on his wife with the Twitch streamer Holly Conrad, Commander Holly, and her ex-husband works for the Game Grumps. So that's how I kind of came about all this stuff, and that's how the Game Grumps kind of fit into this, because the gaming community is over there is quite like intertwined, and so they privated all the videos with him, and yeah, that's essentially the gist of it. The moral of the story is don't be a twat. Don't solicit.
That's
Don't
a pretty
be a
good
dick.
moral.
Yeah, don't be a dick. Because your nudes will get leaked, and now they're essentially all over the internet.
Oh,
Yeah.
what fun.
Yeah.
Isn't YouTube fun?
Isn't YouTube a great place?
Such a great community they have over on YouTube.
Oh my. But yes, that was essentially the big blow up of this week.
Yeah,
A lot of tea.
Too much tea. But yeah, we should move on swiftly. Olivia,
Yes.
I've heard you've watched Detective Pikachu.
Another thing that I can't chime into because I haven't seen it.
I mean, Josh hasn't seen it yet.
Yeah,
Should
but I don't
close
mind.
my ears for how
I'm not
much
gonna- I'm not
time
gonna
that you
spoil
get?
anything.
Okay. Yep.
So I heard you get as part of Premiere Week, you guys get trading cards. Is that
Yeah,
right?
so I think Event Cinemas was giving out training cards as part of like a little promo thing that they had going on. Mm-hmm. So I got a little Detective Pikachu.
That's such a cool marketing
I got a
thing,
licky
dude.
tongue.
That's actually awesome.
Oh, licky tongue. Oh.
I'm so mad though because my friend got Charmander and one of my other friends got a Bulbasaur. And I got a licky tongue.
Mate, licky tongue's not bad.
Licky
tongue's
tongue's
kind of
just
cute.
kind of dumb.
Yeah, right.
Licky tongue's just got a big tongue.
I know. I mean, like, come on, like that compared to Charmander, like,
Yeah, that's true.
if you had to choose, I mean, come on,
Okay.
Charmander.
yeah, exactly.
But are those trading cards, do they use like stills from the film, or are they...
Oh no, like they're legit trading cards that you can use in the Pokemon game. Like they have.
Awesome.
So Detective
That's
Pikachu
really cool.
has Coffee Break and Corkscrew Punch, and like Licky Tongue just has his regular one. But yeah, they're like holo cards that you can like legitimately use in Pokemon trading card games.
That's cool.
Yeah. So that was a cute little bonus. But yeah, movie was lovely. Very wholesome. I do recommend you go see it.
I've heard things already from friends that are like a lot of nostalgia.
Oh, so much nostalgia.
So it looks like I might need to go and de-stress watching that.
Oh
sometime
no,
this
if you
week.
just need like a wholesome movie to watch, it's a great option. Like honestly,
Oh,
I think
I
they've
think
done a great job of catering to both like children like now and like the old nostalgic minds of like adults and teenagers who've grown
That's
up with
cool.
the games.
I like that.
Have
I
you
like it
guys
when
seen the
movies
trailer?
don't appeal to just
I
the
have.
audience.
Okay. Yeah. It doesn't like the story is a bit like, oh yeah, there are plot holes here and there, but I just kind of
You're
Like-
not here for the story, you're
Yeah.
here for the Pokemon.
Yeah, I was like, I just want to see Pokemon in real life. They're fucking adorable.
How was the CG? Was it pretty good?
Like, I found it pretty good for what it was. Like,
Okay.
It
especially
wasn't like
because
terribly off-putting, was it?
oh no, I like especially for the amount of Pokemon human interaction they had to animate for. Like, I think they did a really, really good job. There's I'm trying to think of ways to discuss this without spoiling it.
If you can't, then don't.
Okay, I won't. But I can say the visual effects are quite good.
Okay.
They're quite nice. Yes, very nostalgic vibes. Detective Pikachu was fucking adorable. I want one myself.
How is what's his name? Ryan Reynolds as Pikachu.
He was really good.
Yeah.
Like, I liked him because I like
when
Ryan
I
Reynolds.
watched the trailer, I can't help but hear Deadpool. That's
I mean, you
That's
get
the
a
only
bit,
thing.
you get a bit of that, but I think you kind of get over it a bit quickly when he keeps going and some of the dialogue and stuff.
okay.
But
By the
yeah,
way, you already know that he's going to make reference to Detective Pikachu in the next Deadpool movie. 100%.
oh yeah,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
for sure.
It's
Oh no, definitely.
already confirmed. Yeah.
If you both could choose one Pokemon to like bring to life in the Detective Pikachu world, which one would you pick?
Please. But you've been asked to be.
Ooh.
That's a hard one. I don't know. Speaking honestly, my knowledge of Pokemon isn't insane. Like, it's not very
fair.
amazing. I've only played Leaf Green and I've only played Leaf Green and Sapphire. So just the two ones on my Game Boy Advance.
Okay.
I haven't played any from like DS onwards. I don't know.
What's one that's like really cute, or one that you like would use as your main starter? Because like I would personally choose my first starter, which was Piplup, and then that would evolve into like a giant penguin. So like
Penguin.
I'll take
Yeah.
it because it evolves into Empoleon, and it's just
My
like a big
first-
penguin.
Yeah. I really liked Piplup. My first starter was Charmander. And I've always stuck with him. Even though people say, like, he was the worst starter to ever get in, like, the Leaf Green, Fire Red, and... What was the other one? Something Blue. I forgot. But in that series, apparently he was the worst starter. I didn't care. Because
Really?
he was sick. He was fucking awesome. Like, you could have a dragon as a Pokemon. That's awesome.
Were you a fire starter trainer then? Like
Yes.
you always
100%.
chose the fire starters.
Always, because I was a kid that, I was like the most boyish kid ever, so I just loved explosions and all that. But I think the Pokemon that I would choose is Whalmer?
Oh my god.
Whalmer, not the evolution.
No, so
Yeah,
wait,
Whalmer.
the smaller one.
Yeah, the small
What's
round
that? It
one.
Not
evolved into
Wailord.
Wailord or something, right? Wailord's the
Wailord-
bigger one?
Yeah,
Wailord is
bigger
the
one.
long whale.
The-
Whalmer is the round
No,
whale.
Wailmer looks more squishy, and plus Wailmer sounds like Jeimer.
Oh.
It's like whale.
Whalmer and Jeimer, the
I
perfect
love
duo.
whales. Whales are actually like my spirit animal, especially the humpback whale.
Oh, bless.
But yeah, Whalmer for now. Wailord looks too big. Still pretty chill though.
Wailord would like obliterate the whole stadium if you were in a Pokemon fight. Like you
yeah.
send him
Oh,
out of his
yes.
Pokeball and you're screwed.
But see, Whalmer still looks manageable, and I
Yeah.
feel like I could be his friend in the water. So I'm gonna choose Whalmer.
Josh, what would you pick?
Okay, so I'm pretty sure listeners of the podcast would know my knowledge of Pokemon is really Kanto region, and then everything else is like I've learned through Pokemon Go. So I have an
Solid
interesting,
knowledge.
Solid-ish knowledge. I've always gone with fire starters as far as I
You're a fire
remember.
starter as well?
Yeah.
So, I would probably go with Chimchar as my starter.
Oh. Oh.
I am a monkey after all. So
Yeah. Another firestarter that I had was Torchic. Y'all remember Torchic?
yes,
Yes.
Yeah.
the one that turns
One
into
thing
the
I didn't
flaming
understand
chicky.
Yeah.
though was his evolution. Is that a person?
Which
It's not
one?
a person, right? He evolves into like.
Combustion?
Is
No,
that
Combustion is like a chicken, and then you have
the third one? Blaziken.
let me find-
Blaziken.
Blaziken,
Blaziken
yeah.
always looked like a person to me for some reason. I thought it,
d-
was like
it
a
does,
dude
it
wearing a
honestly
mask.
does.
I
Blaziken
honestly
is
thought
like,
it was a dude wearing a mask.
Blaziken is like a
It's like he's
Hitmon
wearing
something.
pants.
Yeah.
It's like he's wearing like flaming pants.
And the,
Can
and
you
the
imagine
hair
if
though.
a person looking like that came up to you on the streets?
And it looks like he has
Oh.
hair.
Yeah.
Actual like
He has
blonde
hair.
It's a very humanoid Pokemon.
There are a lot of
is,
humanoid
I was
Pokemon.
like,
let's be
there
honest.
are. I mean, Mr. Mime.
The
And
classics.
Jinx.
Mr. Mime.
And Jinx.
Jinx, dude, have you guys seen like the side by side Jinx and Nicki Minaj?
Yes.
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 Come on.
That is the
literally,
best thing ever.
literally, when I first opened Pokemon Go and then saw Jinx, I'm like, that's Nicki Minaj, isn't it?
Yes.
Yep,
Wow, Nicki Minaj appeared.
it's actually so perfect.
She, I think, is it right to say that Nicki Minaj took her brand from Jinx?
Yes,
I mean,
She's a keen Pokemon,
100%.
she's a keen Pokemon trainer, that Nicki Minaj.
yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if she
she's
came out and
actually
was like, "Oh, I love
cosplaying.
Pokemon."
She's cosplaying as Jinx constantly.
Oh my god. She's a Jinx cosplayer.
Perpetual Jinx.
Oh, that is hilarious.
But yes, I have to see Detective Pikachu sometime.
As do I, and we might do a spoilers for days. We'll see.
Ooh, who has seen it among the mates?
I think Nick has and
Bin
Bin.
has
Bin
as
definitely
well.
has. I
Of
remember.
course, Ben has. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah,
Okay.
soon. Moving on to some disappointing news that we officially got today. As of recording, Michael Hing, the
former senator.
former senator candidate for New South Wales, has officially had to notify us that he won't be able to run for Senate, which is absolutely gutting. It's so disappointing, and I'm sure his parents would be not too happy about that.
Can I just preface this by saying we have a list of topics, and Jeimer beforehand asked,
Stop.
Who's Hing?
Who's Hing? And I was like, oh,
Michael Hing.
No, I said what's Hing?
yeah.
Oh, what Hing?
And I was like, oh, that one Asian.
One Asian
And then
from where?
Jeimer, what Asian from where?
I asked the one
that one
Asian
Asian.
from what?
Oh my god.
Because it's the way that these usually go is, oh, he's the one Asian from blank, like fill in the blank from whatever movie, from whatever TV show type thing. But she was just like, it's it's that one Asian guy, and I was like, what?
There are a lot of Asian guys.
Which one of the billions are you talking about? No, but yeah, it took me a while. He is the one Asian. Full stop. Guy. Full stop.
Yes, him. But safe to say, I had suspicions when I went looking through the AEC's website, like last week or a few weeks ago, trying to find Michael Hing's name on the New South Wales Senate ballot paper and couldn't find him. I was like, something's not right. And we officially got the news that he wouldn't be able to run
For a number of reasons.
for a number of reasons. And he's posted a video about it. Which is, yeah, it's disappointing, but you know, who knows when we'll have the next election? It could be next year. Maybe
Who knows with the state of our government?
Good heavens. Seeing as we're recording this before the official announcement before election day, and this is going up 2 days after election day. This will be interesting.
Hope everyone voted.
Oh, I've already voted. I voted on the first day of when
Postal?
voting availability. Yeah, as a
Keen
pre-poll.
bean.
You know, like
I just
ever
want to go to the
since-
polling centre for the sausage sizzles.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I
On a
don't care
snack.
about. I don't care about it.
gotta
I'm
have the
obviously-
full voting
my main
experience.
motivation to go.
I don't. I just can't anymore. It-
You got to get harassed by the volunteers, and then you get a
I'm
sausage
Asian.
sizzle.
I just speed walk past them.
Oh no, I was like coughing last time, like deadly coughing because I was sick at our last local election. And this girl like runs up to me and waves a pamphlet in my face. I'm like, I'm having a coughing attack here, girl.
She
Do
coughed
you-
in the face.
Oh no,
Ran
I
away
was tempted
instantly.
to.
Oh dear. But yeah, we don't know what's gonna happen, and honestly,
I hope it's okay. For the love of God, I really hope it's okay.
I don't even know
pardon.
who's
I don't-
PM now.
Yeah. So who's our Prime Minister again? I mean, hold
I
on.
have no idea, man.
I don't know.
It changes every day.
Oh dear. But yeah.
The last
There's
thing
one
we
last
have-
thing. Yes. Is we're going to quickly discuss our thoughts on The Farewell, which is a film that stars Aquafina.
New movie?
And a number
Something
of other
I
actors.
should be familiar with, but I haven't seen the trailer yet. I apologize.
Jeimer.
I know. It looks really cool. And one thing I'm really happy about is that it's from A24.
Yeah.
I freaking love A24 films. I love them. Like,
That's a
actually
lot of-
love them. It's a lot of
a lot
love.
of-
That's
yeah.
what it is. Just call it that.
Yeah.
Anyways, go on.
Josh, do you want to
yeah.
describe the plot of the movie to us?
So essentially, it's Aquafina's character, who is an Asian American, Chinese American woman who is told that her grandmother is about to pass away from cancer, but culturally speaking, there is a stigma around talking about death so openly. So they try to mask it in some way. They use excuses like attending weddings and things like that. And it's this
Yeah, so
entire
essentially
journey.
they haven't told her that she's dying.
Yeah, but she wants to. Aquafina, her character really wants to essentially give her grandma the farewell that she deserves. Contrasting obviously with the very Chinese, I guess East Asian mindset of, you know, you shouldn't be telling people about these things. And I so want to unpack this film when it comes out. Yeah, I didn't realize I would get so emotional watching the trailer alone. Just the trailer itself was just like, oh my, this is bringing up so many things, and but yeah.
Is it set in the modern world? Like,
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
It is set
2019?
in. It is. I think mid 2010s. So yeah,
Yeah, pretty much
real
around
modern.
now.
Yeah, around
Okay.
now.
cool.
And there's a mix of, it's bilingual essentially.
Where's it set?
English. Shanghai.
Shanghai.
I'm not too sure. I'm reluctant to say. I think somewhere. So she makes her way from
northern
America
China.
to China for like to see her grandmother, essentially.
I think it's. I want to say Shanghai, but northern China is probably the thing, and
It's very
it's a sign-
nostalgic.
it is a very nostalgic film. I can already tell. It's also. So it was screened at Sundance this year.
Did it? Has it been nominated for any awards yet?
I'm gonna check.
But apparently it's meant to be released on Netflix. Not sure if it's
Straight
be
to
on
it.
Really?
Australian Netflix. Yeah.
Damn.
In
Did they put an
January
agreement?
January 2019, A24 acquired worldwide distribution rights to the film for $7 million over Netflix, Amazon Studios, and Fox Searchlight. It is scheduled to be released on 12th of July 2019. So like fairly
Maybe
soon.
we will get it on
It's like the week after
international
Stranger
Netflix.
Things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be really interesting. I feel like it's going to be a very bittersweet film with a lot of with a lot of tears.
There will be so many tears. They'll probably be swimming in them.
Yeah, and like even like I think it'll evoke like very strong feelings, regardless of whether you're Asian and can like fully relate or not. It's gonna give you feels either way, and it looks like a genuinely good film.
Yeah.
And like a very refreshing storyline, I guess. And the promo just looks beautiful. Like I love the
promo
I love the poster.
amazing,
I love
though.
the poster for it. That they've got all the family on one couch. It looks very good.
It is very much family photo. It's got those vibes, and it's just like, oh boy, here we go.
Yeah, but highly recommend watching the trailer if you haven't ever heard of this film yet. It's a very, very good one.
It is.
I'm gonna suggest a movie, or like I'm gonna bring up a movie that sounds kind of similar in terms of like the theme of family. Have you guys seen the movie Shoplifters yet?
Shoplifter.
No,
Or have
I
you
don't
heard
think
of
I don't
it?
think so. No, I
Alright,
The
haven't.
So
name
it's-
sounds familiar.
Oh wait,
It's not an
wait.
American
Is this the
movie. It's a Japanese movie.
Oh, it is that Japanese film that I wanted to watch. Fuck.
And it touches a lot on kinship and family and friendship and finding people that, you know, you feel like you belong with, and it's beautiful. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on this topic. Yeah.
Is that also your recommendation for this week?
Yes, it is actually. It leads
Oh,
very nicely
how wonderful
into
How
our outro.
wonderful. Into our outro. So, recommendations is something that we do here now for season 3. We recommend basically anything. It can be movies like Jeimer, TV shows, people that you might want to be interested in following. So yeah, Jeimer's already done his recommendation. He's way ahead on the ball for this one. So Jeimer, where can people find you if they want to pick your brain on films and other such stuff?
You can follow me on Instagram at JamRNG, or also at Film Undertone if you would like to see some movie stuffs. I'd also like to say, Shoplifters, just watch it. It makes you feel so warm. It's such a beautiful movie, both like cinematically, but also in terms of, you know, the plot and just the characters and the development that each of them have, and it just, so beautiful. I'm sorry. I think that was actually my favorite movie that I watched last year. And I watched a lot of movies last year. It was amazing. I watched it during the Lottery West film festivals that were happening all around Australia, and they had heaps of foreign movies coming, and it was one of them. It won the Cannes Palme d'Or award, which is one of like the highest awards any film can get, like next to an Academy Award, but that's usually just for like Hollywood movies, whereas Cannes is like worldwide. So this was a pretty big deal, and it flew under the nose of quite a lot of people, but I think it deserves a lot more recognition than it gets, so watch it.
Sweet. Olivia,
Yes.
recommendation?
My recommendation for this week is gonna be Street Food on
Is this
Netflix.
the Netflix special?
Yes.
I have
So-
yet to
Oh,
watch
just street food in general.
I mean,
Well,
you know,
also,
like, hell
also,
yeah.
also Street Food in general, but Street Food, the series on Netflix, is done by the people who did Chef's Table, and it's done beautifully. Highlights a lot of, I think for this season they're doing Asian Asian countries, predominantly because they're known for street vendors and street food. But yeah, it's super lovely, very wholesome. Tells the stories of the vendors very well, and yeah, highly recommend. I'm getting very into food docos.
You're catching up to where Brendan and I are in terms of food docos on Netflix.
Oh, legit. Oh my god.
Make sure you have some food as you're watching, because you're going to get hungry.
Yeah, you'll get very
that's
hungry.
the thing though. I watch most of these at like 12 a.m. in the morning when I can't really access food, and it's really, really bad, but I can't stop watching.
Just torturing yourself at that point.
Oh dear.
Come on, Josh, bring us home.
Yes.
Oh, and where can people find you first?
They can find me at 8BitOlive on Twitter.
Okay. My recommendation this week is a cosplayer.
Ooh.
Yes.
Is it Nicki Minaj?
No. Come on,
Nicki
mate.
Minaj is a Jinx cosplayer.
Nicki Minaj, the cosplayer. That's it. That's new. No, this is someone that I found through a YouTube spiral where I watched a bunch of Smosh games videos and found this guy called Wes Johnson. You can go find him at Wes_IRL. He also has a YouTube channel from what I recall. He's no longer with Smosh.
Oh,
on a full-time basis.
Wes.
Yes, Wes. Tall, sweet man Wes. And it was just like, oh, this guy's real tall, but also really, really fun to watch as a person interacting with the other people off of the Smosh games family, if I recall correctly. He also does really cool cosplays and Witcher cosplay, but also a bunch of other fun stuff. So yeah, you can go find him. I believe Instagram and YouTube as well. So yeah, if you want to come pick my brain on all things food, or I guess if you want to see me rant about MasterChef, because that's on again this year, find me on Twitter and Instagram as Abangpinoy, ABANGPINOY. For the podcast, if you want to come discuss things about the podcast, if you like it, what you hate about it, send us topics or questions. We can be found on Twitter and Instagram as Great Mates Podcast. Don't forget, we released our Avengers Endgame spoiler cast on Spoilers for Days. That's a separate feed now. So if you guys were wondering why we didn't have an episode 2 weeks ago, that's because we released it on our other channel. So go find that, go sub it on iTunes, go sub to us as well if you enjoyed this episode, basically everywhere you listen to a podcast. And I can say something about Let's Get Deeper, because just keep an ear out on that separate channel in June, because I might have news about Let's Get Deeper Season 2.
You heard it here first.
Yes, you did hear it here first. But otherwise, we'll be back next week with another episode, potentially exploring stuff about Eurovision or post-election. God, it's going to be such a clusterfuck next week. Anyways, thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye!
Bye!
Tell me why.
Oh, Jesus, fuck.
Please.
No, enough.